What's up, my beautiful Do Life in a Body You Love chicks? Today, I want to talk to you about the biggest fat loss mistake that I was making personally for years and that I see so many women doing. And so I'm certain that you will benefit from this if you are on a weight loss journey at all. And so you're probably thinking I'm going to say something like not eating enough food, doing the wrong workouts, something along those lines, something tactical. And while it's true, I was doing all of that and doing all of the hoaxes and the gimmicks and the blah, 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 blah. And of course, those will stall your progress, right? But that's not it. So the thing that I was doing was thinking that I pretty much had to be a completely different person in order to be healthy and to lose weight and keep it off. And so I had this avatar, if you will, this ideal, this human in my mind of like what being healthy looked like. And now this is going to sound crazy because like I'm a nurse. And so I should like know what it actually means to be healthy. I literally they taught us that as part of nursing school. It wasn't the interesting part. I didn't pay very good attention, obviously. And so I had this ideal in my mind, like a healthy person loves to work out. And a healthy person likes to eat vegetables. And, you can go on and on. You have your own ideas, I'm sure, about what it means to be healthy. Here was the problem for me. I didn't actually check any of the boxes that I had in my mind. So I didn't like vegetables unless you count corn out of a can. And I'm not even knocking corn, but like I had a very limited palate for vegetables. I did not like working out. I could do it once in a while. It was fine when I was doing it, but I had no desire to do it, nor did I think that I had the time to commit to it. And in general, I just didn't find it to be a very enjoyable experience. I've shared with you guys before, I love smoking. I'd still do it if it wouldn't kill me. Love it. I'm in general not somebody who was raised with healthy habits or that naturally gravitates toward them. And so in my mind, when I would start to go to lose weight, I thought, okay, I have to do like all the healthy things, right? Or that I would have to be like super, super strict with things that maybe I knew weren't necessarily healthy, but I thought they were going to take weight off of me. So cutting calories, skipping meals, all of the things that we think we have to do to lose weight, which spoiler alert, we don't actually have to. But here's the deal. That like screws us on so many levels because ultimately, let me back up here. We ultimately want to lose weight why? To have more confidence, to feel better about ourselves, to enjoy walking around doing life in a body that we like, right? That's the point. That's the reason we want to lose weight. We don't want to lose weight because we care about the number on the scale, although many of us do. And that's fine, whatever, my feelings, don't chase the number, but it's fine if you care about it a little bit, right? But really the thing that we want isn't that number. If you looked the way you wanted to look, and like you put on a pair of jeans and they just zip right up and nothing hangs out. And you're like, I can wear whatever shirt I want. And you don't have to do the whole like, all right, well, I can't wear these jeans because they don't hit in the right spot. So then I have spillage. So if I'm going to wear them, then I can only wear this shirt or that shirt because it's going to hide the muffin top. And like, it's just this whole freaking spectacle to even try to get dressed. Right. I remember that. Okay. If you didn't have to do all that, if you just like put on whatever clothes you actually want to wear and you liked the way that they look, would you care as much about the number on the scale? Probably not. So my point is, we're really seeking something else. We're seeking to feel differently about ourselves when we're going to lose weight. The thing we want is typically confidence. Maybe we need more energy. Maybe we need less inflammation. So there are these other factors that we care about. But by and large, it's because we want to feel better. We don't like the way that we feel. We don't like the way we feel physically in our body. We feel fluffy. We feel inflamed. Sorry, dog hair in my mouth. We feel gross. Like whatever the thing is that we feel, we just don't want to feel that anymore. We want to feel better. But then we start on these adventures of losing weight that actually make us feel worse about ourselves. And that's what I was doing to myself for years because I had this avatar in my mind of what a healthy girl looked like or what it took to lose weight or whatever. And so I thought I had to do those things to try to get back into a comfortable body. The problem was, it wasn't even trying to have to do those things, right? I was making it harder on myself. And B, I was setting unrealistic expectations for myself. I wasn't the girl who liked salad. Guess what? I'm still not the girl who likes salad. My clients know they eat way more salad than I do. I don't eat salad. Once in a while, I get a hankering for it. Once in a great while. But like, I don't like eat a salad every day for lunch, but that was what was in my brain. Like, oh, if you're going to lose weight, you have to like eat salads and like, oh, this is so terrible. So if we're trying to lose weight in a way where we have to like change everything about who we are, that doesn't feel good. And the point of losing weight is to feel good. Okay. It's not just to see the scale move. It's to like who you are. And you don't need to be a completely different human in order to lose weight. But when you attempt that, you typically fail because that's a pretty big undertaking, right? Changing one thing is pretty difficult. You changing everything about the way that you live your life, I would say is pretty much impossible. Are there people who do it? Yes. People who like flip this switch in their brain and they go from being like couch potato, junk food junkie, hey, who I was, and they like flip this switch and all of a sudden they're like aggressively working out and they eat perfect. And some people maintain that. Most people burn out. So they may look like they're pulling it off for a minute, but most people will burn out. Here's the thing. Health is a spectrum. And as long as you're making advancements on that spectrum, you will typically lose some weight naturally. And now sometimes we do need to do very strategic things to get weight off of your body other than just being healthy. Like clean eating doesn't get the whole job done when it comes to weight loss. Okay. You going on a walk doesn't get the whole job done when it comes to weight loss. But here's the deal. If you start making some simple tweaks to what you already do and make it things that are actually going to produce a result, this is why we talk about going for the low-hanging fruit all the time in our free challenges, in the online events that I do with our clients. With our clients, we're very hands-on with helping them find the low-hanging fruit because that's what you want to do. You want to go, okay, what is something I can change that still lets me be me? Okay. It doesn't change everything about the way that I'm trying to do life, but it is also going to give my metabolism a nice boost, get me where I want to be. Those are the changes that we want to go for instead of trying to change everything about who you are and what you do. Listen, if you don't like salad, don't eat salad. There's nothing magical inside of a salad about losing weight. If you don't like running, stop trying to be a runner. That is a big one. Salads and running. But I'm sure there are so many that are coming to your mind right now. But I hear salads and running all the time. And I used to do this too. Like forever, I kept trying to be a runner, but I didn't like it. Eventually I did start liking running. That could be a whole separate podcast. But I didn't need to run to lose weight. But in my brain, I was like I had my second kid and the weight was just not coming off. And I was like, okay. My sister-in-law at the time, whom I still love, she's still my sister-in-law, even if I divorced her brother, but nonetheless, she was like super into running. And so she'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to come over. We're going to go run. And I'm like, yeah, great. Okay. This is fun. I get to go do this with her. And this is what people do to lose weight. The problem was I would go and hate it and then not go ever again unless she was there dragging me out of my house to go do it. It wasn't something I was just going to like go do on my own. Well, here's the good news. If you don't want to run, you don't need to run. If you don't want to go to CrossFit, you don't need to go to CrossFit. If you want to go to CrossFit, go right ahead. Knock yourself out. I don't care. You want to eat salad? Go for it, depending on what you're putting on it. Knock yourself out. There's a whole big picture of what's required to lose weight and to get back into a healthy body. But if the methods that you're using don't line up with how you want to live your life, what even is the point? If you have to live in a way that you don't like living in order to get back into a healthy body, what's the point? You're not going to keep doing it. You're not going to enjoy it. And then when you don't enjoy it and you don't stick with it, you're going to feel worse about yourself. You're going to say things to yourself like, I just don't have enough discipline. I'm just not a healthy person. So what I always thought when I was trying these strict weight loss methods and they weren't working, or I was trying these strict workout routines that I didn't like doing. I hate working out in my house. I can't tell you how many Beachbody tapes I bought. They're great workouts. I'm not knocking them whatsoever, but I hate working out in my house. I don't like jumping around in my living room. It makes me feel huge. If I'm jumping around to some Shaun T tape and I can hear my whole house rattling and the dishes in the cupboard, and I'm just like, I don't know. It just does something to my brain and I don't like it. Or I see the things that need to be done in the house. And I'm like, well, those dishes aren't going to do themselves. And because I'm at this point in the workout where I'm not having fun, I'm sweating, my heart rate's up. Well, it's easier to just quit and go do the dishes because those need to be done, right? So for millions of reasons, working out in my house doesn't work for me. But I can't tell you how many years I tried. How many, this is going to be the tape. Oh, this one's so much fun. Oh, my friend got results with this one. Oh, okay, I'm going to do this one. Working out wasn't truly the problem. It was the things I was trying to do to work out. They weren't for me. And then I would think, well, I'm just lazy. That's what I would think. Oh, I'm just lazy. Now I love working out. I do all kinds of super aggressive things and I actually really, really enjoy it. You don't have to be aggressive, but I enjoy being aggressive because I found things that I like. Okay. And I did a lot of mindset work around this, but trying to force myself to do things I didn't like always just made me feel worse when I couldn't stick to only eating 2 meals a day because I require more food than that. I'm a foodie. I like food. So even when I was trying to eat every couple of hours, yes, I tried that too. Let's eat every 2 hours to boost our metabolism, which it doesn't actually boost your metabolism. But when I was doing that, it wasn't eating things I enjoyed. So yeah, I got to eat a lot of food, which I personally need because I can throw down a lot of food. It wasn't food that I liked. And so then I would inevitably diet for like, I don't know, 3 days, maybe a week. And then I'm like elbows deep in a pan of mac and cheese that I made for my kids because mac and cheese is amazing. Well, kind of, but no, not really. It's because I was too restricted. I was eating in a way that didn't work for me. It wasn't how I wanted to live. If I have to live like a Quaker in order to be skinny, I'm not interested. I'm just not going to do it. I think you guys have probably heard me talk about this before, but like there's so many ways that you can lose weight and keep it off that for us to be doing anything that's out of alignment for how we actually want to live, it just doesn't make any sense to do it. Now, that's not to say we don't have to change our behavior. Obviously we do. If you come at me and you're like, I want to lose 80 pounds, but also I am just going to eat chicken nuggets and French fries twice a day, and I'm not going to go on any walks. And basically, I'm not going to change anything. I mean, I'll drink more water if you want me to drink more water, but that's the only thing that I'm willing to change. Well, then your goals and what you're willing to do have a huge disconnect and you're not going to get there, period. No, I don't want to coach you. If you're telling me that all you will do is eat chicken nuggets and French fries, and now I'm not saying you have to give them up. I eat chicken nuggets and French fries. In fact, I ate French fries like 2 days ago. But if you're telling me that's the only thing that you're going to eat, you're not going to make any behavior change. Okay, fine. We have a problem. But what you don't have to do is completely turn everything about who you are on your head. If you're like, listen, I'm a meat and potatoes kind of gal. That's the family I was raised in. Guess what, boo? Me too. And you can keep them. There's a way to make it work. When you understand the totality of what goes into losing weight, it becomes very easy to see what things actually need to change, what things can stay, what things do we need to just change the amount and the quantities of. It's you-centered fat loss. That is what I mean when I talk about customizing your fat loss. It's not just a matter of like, you're this height and weight and you're this active, so let's set your macros to this. Sure, that's a version of customizing weight loss, but that's such a small piece of it that I don't even consider that customized weight loss at all. I mean the nitty-gritty of how you want to live. So if you have a very active social life, let's not get rid of that. That's a blessing. Let's keep that. It doesn't mean you have to be the person who goes to the bowling league on Tuesday nights and says, oh, well, I can't have that because I'm on a diet or I'm trying to lose weight. No, you don't have to go out and be that annoying person. You can go out and you can still be you, and we just make a couple of modifications, or we adjust what the plan looks like for the rest of the week to accommodate all of these nights out that you have. I have a client who this summer she wasn't working with me. She was working with one of our other coaches, and she was at concerts every single weekend. I've never seen somebody who goes to this many events in general, let alone concerts. I want to say, and I may be exaggerating, but I want to say maybe sometimes there was more than one a week. But if not, it was literally every single weekend that she was in our program. And she was still going, and she was still drinking beer, and she was still having a good time. And guess what else she was doing? Losing weight. And it was so much fun to watch. That was her getting to be her and still get back in a body that she loves. What's the point of being back in a body that you love if you hate the life that you're living? And the mistake that we make is we think, well, I will put my life on hold to lose the weight, and then I'll find balance. That's what we think. We're going to get to our goal, and then we're somehow magically going to master maintenance. Like, I'm just going to find some balance when I'm done. It doesn't work. That doesn't work for lots of reasons. Number one, a lot of people don't even reach their goal because they throw in the towel before they get there. So maybe it's the case that you have 50 pounds to lose, but you never lose more than 20 because what you're doing sucks and you hate it and you quit. Or you're doing things that are crashing your metabolism. That's a whole different life. But for a lot of us, it's just that we lack the consistency to get all the way to the goal. Now, let's say you get all the way to the goal, but now you have to turn around and learn a whole nother style of behavior. You still have to figure out what works for you and how to live your life and what's going to fit around your kids' schedules and all of the travel that you like to do in your job and like all of the things. You still have to figure all that out. There's no shortcut. You have to do this work if you're going to maintain what you're losing. So then I would ask you, why wouldn't you just figure that out from the beginning? That's the only way I finally even was able to reach my goals, was when I started doing it that way from the beginning. When I started making my fat loss actually match how I want to live, I finally got to the goal. And then when I got to the goal, it was easy to keep it. Why keep going back and forth? You don't have to. There's a better way. You don't have to be a whole different human in order to lose weight and get back into a body you love. You just have to make changes that make sense scientifically, not according to diet culture or your favorite Instagram influencer or what. We got to take away all the diet BS, all the nonsense. We got to take all that away. And we have to just look at the bare bones of like, what does it actually take to lose weight? It's actually easier than most of us are making it. That's the truth. It really, truly, I know. If you've been struggling with this for decades, you heard me say that and you're like, whatever, you're dumb, you know nothing. I'm going to turn this podcast off. But I promise you, most likely you're making it harder than it needs to be. How do I know this? Because usually around 3 weeks in our program, people message me and go, I don't feel like I'm doing enough. Okay, you might be ready for us to implement some more changes then. However, do we need to? Like, let's look at what you're doing and let's look at the progress that you're making and let's see if we actually need to make this harder. And 9 times out of 10, we don't. It's just that we're so conditioned to think no pain, no gain, right? If weight loss has been such a struggle for me for my whole entire life, then it must be really painful to do it. I must have to give up a lot of things in order to make it happen. That's what we think, right? And it kind of makes logical sense. It just so happens to turn out that it's not true at all. Subtle changes that you can make consistently are going to get you bigger results every time. Way bigger results than doing something that you can only stand doing for a few days, a few weeks, or even a few months. How many times have we tried the boot camp style approach? That's what I call it, where it's like, whether you're going to an actual boot camp or not, It's that philosophy though, right? Where it's like, here, eat meat and only green vegetables and go do this workout for an hour every day at a gym that's half an hour away. And like, you get results. You get results every time. Like it works from a scientific standpoint, that there's nothing wrong with it. What's wrong with it is it's not actually how you want to live. You have no intention on doing that for the rest of your life. And even if you do, like sometimes we trick ourselves into saying like, yeah, I'm going to do this forever. It's fun. I like the classes. Meh, meh, meh. Yeah, this might be fun. You might like the classes, but you're going to eat like that for the rest of your life. And what are you going to do if you like your schedule gets busy and you can no longer accommodate an hour and a half each day to the workout piece of this, plus the 45 minutes a day to the feeding yourself piece of this. So when you no longer have 3 extra hours in your day, what are you going to do? Right? And so it's just way easier than we make it. It comes down to consistency. There's no magic weight loss food. Now, there's a whole lot of not great ways to eat to lose weight that sabotage our efforts. You guys know that. If you've done any of our challenges, I talk all about this, right? It's basically not getting enough food and not getting enough protein and like all these things. So everything that causes weight loss does not lead to sustainable weight loss. Some things wreck us and guarantee that we're going to put it back on because of what it's doing to our metabolism. Okay. That is true. But there's not a magical weight loss food that you have to eat. There's no secret ingredient. Like kale isn't magic. Chia seeds aren't magic. Okay. If you're one of my clients and you're listening, they are magic according to Coach Debbie, right? And she's not wrong, because they do pack a power punch with your nutrition. And avocados, they're great for you too, right? But like, if you don't like chia seeds, do you have to eat them to lose weight? No. If you don't like avocado, do you have to eat them to lose weight? No. If you don't like salads, then don't eat them. Like, there's not one specific thing. There's no magical supplement. There's no magical supplement on the planet that you're going to take it and it's going to magically transform everything for you. It doesn't exist. We have to make behavior change, but it needs to feel really, really good. It needs to line up with how you want to live your life, who you are, what do you like, what do you enjoy. Let's take you, what you're currently doing, and let's just make some subtle shifts to it. Then weight loss feels doable. It actually starts to feel fun and exciting as you're learning your body and how your body's responding to what you're doing, and you're tapping back into all of this. Like, it gets to be fun. Your fat loss has to be fun. And that does not mean that every day will be. Okay. I've had many meltdowns. My clients have had many meltdowns. I'm here for it. It's fine. Like, go ahead, girl, melt down. But by and large, the things that you're doing, they need to be fun. They need to make sense. It needs to be you eating things that your family will eat, so you're not cooking separate meals. It needs to be allowing you to go on vacation without having the wheels totally fall off. It's like I was doing great, and then I went on vacation and I came home and I've been off my diet for 3 years. I'm not really sure what happened, right? We have to break that mentality. And as long as we're doing things that are making us miserable while we're losing weight, like we think it's stoic, like I'm just going to buckle down and I'm going to follow this crazy diet where they give me pre-portioned food and, you know, like whatever. And yes, it sucks, but I can totally do it. We wear it like a badge of honor, but I can do it. I can buckle down and get this done. And then when I'm done, I'll just eat healthy. I actually have people who are in my world. And if you have said this to me, I'm not sharing this in judgment. I love you. But I have several people who have come to me and said, okay, I'm going to go do this program so that I can hurry up and take the weight off. But I know for a fact I need you to coach me. So like, can I go do that and then come to you and have you coach me for like my mindset stuff and my maintenance and figuring out like how to live this way? And of course, my answer is always like, yes, like I'll coach you whenever you want, like whenever you're ready for it. But like, why are you going to go do the thing you don't want to do to lose the weight? Because we think it's going to be quicker and we think we need to punish ourselves. And I'm over here like, but you don't actually have to do that at all. And it'd be more effective if you stopped trying those things. And I know, and I recognize it because I did it. I did it for years, trying to live under this ideal of what you have to do to lose weight or what you have to do to be healthy. Look at weight loss can look like lots of things. Being a healthy human can look like lots of things. We need to find what is your way. I don't want to teach you my way. I don't give my clients meal plans. I mean, every once in a great while I do, just to like give them a frame of reference for something, but typically, no, that's not what we do, because I don't want you to eat how I eat. I don't want you to do that because you're not going to like the things that I eat necessarily. I mean, if you do, cool. I'll share with you guys what I eat every day if you want me to. I'll put it up in my Facebook stories. You can see exactly what I eat. But that's not really going to help you, because we have to find, what do you want to eat that will actually boost your metabolism, get you to your goals, but that you enjoy, that's easy for you to make in the kitchen. We all grew up cooking in different ways. And so like the easiest way for you to be able to meal prep and not have it feel like it's sucking the life out of you and that it's so time consuming is for us to cook in ways that you grew up cooking. So if we were raised in very different households eating very different things, you knowing what I do is completely irrelevant and not helpful. We need to find your way, the way of losing weight that boosts your confidence, because you can actually carry it out so that you're not quitting all the time or failing all the time and then beating yourself up and telling yourself that you have no discipline, you have no willpower. I just like junk food too much. That's what I always told myself. I would diet for like 3 days and eat a cookie and then be like, it usually wasn't a cookie. It was usually like a bag of Doritos. You guys know I love my Doritos. They should be like paying me because I talk about them so much. But then it was just like, okay, well, I clearly can't do this. I was raised by junk food eaters and I can't stop. I love junk food. I don't want to stop. Can I? Probably. But can I? No, because I don't actually want to. And so I thought, man, if I have to eat like that, if I have to eat like a rabbit, but I kept trying. I kept trying because I thought it's what I had to do, all the while in the back of my mind, knowing this isn't going to work. You don't like to eat like this, but I have to. I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to do it. I'm getting serious. I'm going to put pictures of Victoria's Secret models in bathing suits on my fridge to keep me out of it. That never worked either. And yes, I literally did that. There was even something about like, keep your skinny jeans out where you see them every day to remind yourself of the goal. And like all of that is trash, you guys. It doesn't work. It just makes you feel bad about yourself. Okay. When we get you lock and step with you doing things that produce a result, but that fit seamlessly into your life, it is still work, but it's doable and it's fun and it's centered on you and who you are. And that's the point of losing weight. It's to increase our confidence. It's to increase our good feelings about ourselves. And if we're trying to badger ourselves into fitting into somebody else's mold, we can't possibly feel good about ourselves, even if we hit the goal. I've seen women who hit the goal and they're still not happy. They're still miserable because they haven't found their own way. So my challenge to you is for you to find your way. If you need help with that, I'm here to help you. Of course, reach out. This is literally what I do. But the reason why this is how our program is built is because this is what I struggled with forever. I don't fit the mold for what healthy looks like. I don't look like other health coaches. I don't act like other health coaches, but I found my version of what is healthy. I joke all the time, Debbie and Brittany, there are other Keep It Off coaches. I say all the time, and I do mean it. I'm joking about it, but I mean it. They're healthier than I am. Debbie and Brittany both live a healthier lifestyle than I do. And I'm fine with that because I get to pick what healthy looks like for me, and they get to pick what healthy looks like for them. And so do our clients. I don't badger my clients to reach a certain weight so that I can post their before and after photos on my Facebook page. Cringe. I don't badger my clients that like they have to give up their alcohol. Some of them have chosen to, and they feel amazing, but I've literally never told them that they have to. And a lot of them keep it. A lot of them keep their booze. We have to find, what do you want it to look like? You can take it as extreme or as chill as you want. But the point is, it needs to match how you actually want to do life. Does that make sense? I really want to know how you guys feel about this. And if you're listening to this on the day that it launches, we have a free challenge coming up. Get signed up for that if you're trying to lose weight. We're taking a little bit of a different approach, very similar to our other free challenges, but some minor tweaks where I want you guys to basically pick one, maybe two subtle things that you're going to work on in these 5 days. Instead of us throwing the kitchen sink at it, I want you guys to learn how to fall back in love with your bodies. Get it? It's fall. Ha ha ha. It's October. Aren't I so punny? I don't think that's actually what a pun is either. But anyways, I want you guys to fall back in love with your body, but I want you to do it using methods that you love your life and you feel really good. And so we're going to focus on all of that for those 5 days. So if you're not signed up for that yet, and you're listening to this before October 15th, I think, whatever a Sunday is, then go to keepitoffcoaching.com/fall-challenge. We'll put that in the show notes for you guys. And if you're listening after that, well, then I guess just go jump in the Simplified Fat Loss group and see what other free things we got going on right now. Because we always have something. And if you're like, nope, I need somebody to lock arms with me, I want to do the whole enchilada. Help me find my own best way where I get back in a body I love, but I still get to live a life I love. If you want that, holler at your girl. Let's talk about the Keep It Off Academy. You can look at the Keep It Off Academy on our website, keepitoffcoaching.com. But if you already know, like, yeah, this is what I want to do, message me. We need to start a conversation. Okay. I'm not going to begrudge it here. Either get yourself in the free challenge or shoot me a message if you're ready to talk about coaching. But either way, even if you're successfully doing this on your own, that's great too. Maybe you don't need support, but the one thing that you do for sure need is to make sure that you're doing things that line up with the way that you want to live. Okay. Reach out. Let me know how this one sits with you guys, and I'll catch you next week.